What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Hen Dog, and today I'm very fucking pissed off. Yes, if you're seeing this and you're watching this, the Arizona Diamondbacks blew, and I'm saying utterly blew, the regular season and their postseason chances, finishing out the regular season with 89 wins. 89 wins, and you couldn't get into the regular season. They missed out by one game. There is so much to unfold about that whole season, about this whole season. I mean, to start, this was an utter collapse, utter disappointment. I mean, literally going into this year, we had a highest record payroll, so much momentum. The state of Arizona, the city in particular, Phoenix, of just, people kind of like, the D-backs, I don't know. Or, do we like them? Should we go support them? Stuff like that. Going through just the shit by Goldie, by Goldschmidt, years, just literally years of negative record baseball and low attendance, and at least value draft beer and hot dogs. Then you make this insane run to the World Series last year by doing the same thing you did this year, backing yourself into the playoffs, needing help from other teams to get in. That's okay for last year's team. An 85-win team. No, 84-win team who was fighting to make the playoffs, who went on a great month to get to where they needed to be. And yes, they needed help from the Chicago Cubs to get in, but at least they were fighting to get in. They were never solely had one hand on a wild card spot the whole year. They clawed, they fought in. They backed their way in, and then look what happened. Then you get into this offseason. Our fucking Ken Kendrick, our owner, who has not been known to spend money in the past, just spent the money. He literally gave Mike Hazen his bank account number and password and said, here you go. Do what we need to do to win the World Series this time. Jock Peterson, Randall Grichuk, trades for Eugenio Suarez, signs Eduardo Rodriguez. And then right when the season starts, you know what? Jordan Montgomery's still available. Let's go get him. Okay, great. Going into this year looking really strong. Eduardo Rodriguez gets injured. Oh, great. He's out for months. Geraldo Perdomo, he's out. Gabby, he's out. Gallen, out. Kelly, out. We literally were clawing to 500 baseball until we got healthy. And then when we got healthy around the midsummer area, we really started going on a run. Minus Paul Sewald, because he fucking blew it. And then getting into September, 7-game lead on the Mets in a wild card spot. Over 90% chance, I believe it's like a 93% chance to get into the playoffs. And we have losing series in Colorado, at home against San Francisco, New York, Dodgers. There's more. Brewers choking an 8-0 lead in Milwaukee, but also the Milwaukee coming to Chase Field in a week span. We have to succumb ourselves to the absolute debacle that is Major League Baseball with a doubleheader on Monday. That was just terrible. And that in itself is, that's a whole nother problem in itself. But I should say real quickly, Major League Baseball, Robert Manfred, if you really thought that you wanted to end your regular season on that abysmal effort by the Mets in 3-0 game, I don't really care that Mets didn't put any effort in winning the second game that we needed them to win, because we should have handled our business. I'm just mad as a sports fan that the first game was playoff baseball, and then the last game of the regular season that we're going to remember from that season was the Mets literally swinging at every fucking pitch that was thrown to them. Even pitches that were thrown south of New York, literally thrown south of New York into the fucking Virginia, was swung at. Literally, you could tee up one of those baseballs in the dirt above home plate and they would have swung at it like a driver. The swing rate was bad. The effort was terrible. I'm more mad that we went from a great game one to being like, wow, this is the last game of the regular season. We're watching the Mets swing at every fucking pitch, and the Braves are barely squeaking by 3-0. This is so bad to watch. But as a D-backs fan, I didn't care because, frankly, I was so mad that my team put on the biggest choke job in franchise history. And honestly, it felt like one of the biggest choke jobs in Arizona history and maybe in Major League history. How could you have a 90+% chance? 7-game lead on one of the teams vying for a wild card spot, and you fail. You couldn't even get a tiebreaker against the Braves or the Mets. You couldn't get either or. And there's so many reasons why we couldn't. Torey Lovullo, the choices that he made this season. Yes, I know it's a 162-game season. Managers make decisions that, you could scratch your head. I'm sorry. Right? Keep continuing to choose Paul Sewald when he's clearly washed, when he's lost it. Sticking with him. Literally benching players when they're on days when they're literally coming off a great game. Oh, Corbin Carroll, 3 for 4, a home run, 2 stolen bases, and they're facing another righty the next day. Oh, yeah, we're going to give him the day off. I'm sorry, was he injured? And then this fucking guy behind me, this Ketel Marte, great player, but I lost a little respect for him when we blow an 8-0 lead in Milwaukee. You're one of our star players. You're supposed to be the MVP. And as a team's reeling from blowing an 8-0 lead that could have gotten us in the playoffs, we have a pivotal home stretch against the Giants and Padres. And you fucking decide to take a day off. A day after you blow that 8-0 lead. But you decide to take a day off, minus some other players. But we know he chose to take that day off. Hey, coach, can I take a day off? No! Literally, do you want to be in the playoffs? Literally, and guess what? In that, that 8-game stretch at home or whatever, we were 2-6. We won 1 game each series against the Giants and Padres. We got shut out 3 times. It's a fucking joke. And supposedly our MVP, I'm going to take a day off. When we need you, it was just, literally that Milwaukee loss broke the team. They broke him. It broke them. And that's sad because, frankly, other than that, they just needed to win 1 more game. They were 2 for 6. They could have gone 50% at home in those last 8 games or so. Negative baseball, 3-6, negative baseball, but still would have gotten you in. But them blowing that 8-0 loss because of our fucking bullpen and because our team does not want to just ride it out, just get the game, win the game, they blew it. And then, the 3 or 4 blown saves Paul Sewald had in July where literally Toro could have been like, okay, 1 game, I'm just not going to use you. I'll just use someone else. No! Hey, Paul, you're in. There you go. 3 or 4 losses in a row, including 1 at home in Atlanta that literally had 2 outs. And, Paul blew it, of course, looking at the ball. Oh, no. And literally the ball lands in the pool from Sean Murphy. And at that moment, when he saw the splash of the pool, he should have known that he was washed like that baseball. But nope, Toro kept riding him. But again, I'm really pissed off with the decisions he made. But we lost because of the team. It was a team effort. The pitching staff was abysmal. I'm sorry. We led Major League Baseball in runs, but yet we were 28th in ERA. I'm sorry. Really? If you look at it, no team below 16th in Major League Baseball made the playoffs in ERA. So teams ranked 16 and below in ERA didn't make the playoffs. Huh. You think pitching was important this year? Wow. We literally, on paper, had one of the best staffs, one of the rotations in baseball. But yet our coaching staff decided to try to put Legos and just, they were literally trying to build Legos and they were trying to struggle to put the pieces together. They were like, literally instead of, trying to connect them, they were jamming them side to side going, hey, why is this not working? Or like, hey, taking 2 batteries. Oh, why is this not working? I don't know why this is not working. It was bullshit, man. And then at the end of the year, Ken Kendrick, the owner, talks about how we should have a similar payroll next year with, the record fan attendance this year. The fans came out because they were riding the momentum of last year. I'm sorry. You think fans are going to come out in record numbers next year after they showed up this year for watching an 89 team that choked their way into the playoffs? I'm sorry. How are we supposed to take a regular season seriously? How are we supposed to come to Chase Field in a random fucking Tuesday in July when it's hot as shit and we go, wow, this team looks really good right now. This team's going to make the playoffs. No, you can't trust the regular season. You can't, because ultimately this team blew it. This team ruined that in us. They installed the idea of choking an 89-win season, and they couldn't even get it. And to be honest with you, what really sucks is that if this team got in the playoffs, they'd probably be on their way to the world. They'd be on their way to the NLCS right now. They have a good enough team to contend with the Dodgers. I think, would they play the Dodgers in the NLDS or the Phillies? If they played the Dodgers in the NLDS, they probably would have lost the Dodgers in the NLDS. But if they played the Phillies, they probably would have gone in the NLCS. But it's just, we can't say that now because the team blew it. It was an utter choke job. And, hey, life of an Arizona sports fan. The one year that your team goes on a run, the 2008 Cardinals, the 2021 Suns, the 2001 D-backs, the 2023 D-backs. Arizona teams get that one year where they go on a run, and you better fucking win it. And if you don't win it, you better have it in place that you're going to continue that success, and you better plan on making the fucking playoffs again next year. Because Arizona fans are fucking tired. This city has one championship to its name. When you have franchises that have been here forever, the Suns have been here forever. The Cardinals have been here forever. Cardinals are in the longest championship drought in sports history. The Suns have been to the finals 4 or 5 times, have 0 titles. Yes, I know that they came up against my Celtics in 1 or 2 of them. They went up against Jordan Bulls. I get that. But the Bucks was a winnable series. It was, along with a couple other of those finals appearances. But yet they have, guess what? 0 still. The D-backs have 1 from 2001. And literally 22 years later, they finally sniffed the World Series again. I'm sorry, 22 years. So you're telling me now Arizona fans have to wait another 20 plus years to see this team? That's what I'm saying. How big of a fuck up Torey Lovullo, and I can't blame Mike Hazen. I can't blame Mike Hazen and Ken Kendrick. Mike Hazen traded for fucking Puck, who became one of our best pitchers. Yeah, he traded for Dylan Floro. That was shit. He literally got cut quicker than he made the roster. But hey, he made the move for Puck. That looked great. He traded for Suarez. He pulled all the right buttons. Montgomery was a group effort. That was okay. Erod, yeah, he got injured, and he kind of rounded into form a little bit at the end. But I'd blame more of it on the injury and coming back in a shortened time than Jordan Montgomery, who came in looking fat and out of shape, crying, complaining about his agent. 3 months later, still on the team, still out of shape, still fat, still complaining about his agent. Another month or 2 later, still fat, still out of shape, sucking, complaining about his agent. The dude not once cared about getting better. Dude not once was focused on just the season. The dude was about me, cry. So I hope Jordan Montgomery's fucking out. Get the fuck out of here. If you want to just be out of shape, fucking go play for the Packers. Go join up with Eddie Lacy for all I care, bro. We got time for that shit. A city who's thirsty for a championship parade ain't got time for that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, it sucks. It's an utter embarrassment. I'm still pissed off. I'm still gonna be pissed off. But hey, right? I'm waiting until spring training, till April. It's just, it sucks. It really sucks. Because Chase Field is such a great ballpark. And we're in October. Yeah, it's still hot. But it's going to be coming down soon. And if the D-backs just got past the wild card round, Chase Field would be open. It'd be lively. It'd feel good. The sun would be set. It's a beautiful atmosphere, a beautiful setting for baseball. Only if the teams played as beautiful and as well as it looks. Right? But hey. Can't ask for it as a sports fan. You can't even ask for one championship as an Arizona sports fan because that's too much. Anyways, thank God it's basketball season. I watch the Celtics do something. And then guess what? I should also say, speaking of Chase Field real quickly, what about the lease at 2027? You want fans, you want us, the people, for our taxes to go up a little bit per year, per month, or however it works, to help renovate that stadium? You know what's going to stick in our head, Derek Hall, Ken Kendrick, when he asked for that? Were the D-backs good? Well, they did have that run in 2023. But, under this manager, they've blown 2 strong, tight grips on the postseason under Torrey, including in 2024, when we had a 90+% chance to get to the playoffs. I'm sorry. If you remember when the State Farm Stadium was being built, Michael Bidwell and players went door to door trying to promote, saying, "Hey, if you vote yes and you help get the stadium built, it's gonna be a sign of new in Arizona, a sign of change, a sign of winning in Arizona." Since that stadium's been built, we went to 1 Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure that we have a losing record by 100 losses under Michael Bidwell since that stadium's been built. Yeah, what winning is that? Same thing with Chase Field. Now when you come to us and you're going to ask for money or your taxpayer dollars to help renovate that stadium, and you're going to be like, think about all the good times the D-backs gave you. In 2001, I was 4. So since 4, the D-backs gave me no good memories. Yeah, great. The great World Series run we had in 2020 and last year when we should have won it. But you know what have made it feel better? Going to the playoffs this year. But no. Now we got to sit at home and watch Chase Field be dormant again. Another Arizona team that doesn't make the playoffs when literally the city and the state has the energy and the atmosphere to be a playoff, a championship city. Yet the teams play like a bunch of bums, like a bunch of Cleveland teams. It's fucking terrible. Thank you all for tuning into this video, this absolute just rage video, because that's all it is from the Arizona Diamondbacks. If you are a Diamondbacks fan, hit the like button, comments on how you feel, how disappointed you are in this team. I have no I have no positives. D-backs saying thank you fans for all the positive moments. We don't create all these positive moments. What positive moments do we have? It's ruined by the 8-0 blown loss in Milwaukee. The fact we missed it by 1 game. The 2-6 final home stretch of the regular season. Well, there's no good memories, bro. Good memories you would have at least helped the good memories last by making it to the playoffs. Even if you didn't make it past the wild card, at least you could bank on a couple of the good memories that they had. We could look back on it. I'm sorry. Now when we try to look back on this season, what hits us in the face? 2-6 at home in the final homestand. The blown loss in Milwaukee. The losing series in Colorado and San Francisco. Yeah. Thank you all for the support. Thank you all for tuning in this video. If you have liked it, please do drop a like and subscribe to the video. Especially if you're a D-backs fan, please hit the subscribe and like button. You do not want to miss all the Arizona sports coverage on this channel. And please hit in the comment section how you're feeling, how you're taking this absolute, utter collapse. And if you're a fan of the team that's in the postseason, good for you. I'm going to watch. But I'm going to hate watch. I'm not going to hate watch. I'm going to hate watch the teams that we should have been in over. Braves. I'm not rooting for the Padres because I'd rather see the Dodgers win than the Padres. Fuck the Padres. But I want to see them beat the Mets because fuck the Mets. Or not, sorry. No, the Mets, not the fuck the Mets. The Mets are okay. The Mets are not the reason why we're out because the Mets are a good team. And I actually do like kind of watching the Mets. Fuck the Braves. I'm sorry. Fuck the Braves. So the Padres sweep them. Thank you all. I love y'all. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you later. Peace.